hit me, I'm yelling, Father, forgive me. I'm living filthy, was born in the sin, and I'm still sinning. Just spilling my guts here in hopes that you hear me.
While y'all coming in.
I'm just hoping you hear me. Don't let my prayers go to waste. Please.
Don't let my prayers go to waste.
Please. I might not walk too straight, but I'm keeping the faith, and I'm still your son, God, at the end of the day.
So let my prayers go to waste.
Please.
Don't let my prayers go to waste.
Please, like Father, forgive me. I'm living filthy, born in sin, niggas still sinning. Oh yeah.
Cock the hammer, miss fire while they busting at me. Trying to look for, got these sisters with me. Always in here to entertain, such a crazy. But this, Shanita, got a war for it. I'm so overboard, overthrown, but I'm wildin' Lord. Streets when I'm about that war. Get them dog, I don't bark, I bite, pit bull, drip, sauce and get you wet all night. Keep stay in the night. Make them speed in the night. Ain't no. Corey, what's going on?
Just spilling my guts here in hopes that you hear me.
There go my son, Fred.
I'm yelling, Father, forgive me.
I'm living.
Filthy, was born in the sin, and I'm still sinning.
Gotta go get them souls. We going to get them. Y'all ready? Don't let my prayers go to waste. Don't let my prayers go to waste. I got something for y'all. Don't let my prayers go to waste. Don't let my prayers go to waste. This how you gotta go get them. Cock the hammer, miss fire while they busting at me. Trying to looking for them rims, got these sisters with me. Always in here to entertain, such a crazy nigga. But these niggas busting back cause they trying to live. Complex, simple guap, got them warm for it. Car beam, might have stolen, I'm so overboard. Overgrown, but I'm wildin' Lord. Got my name in the streets, so I'm about that wall. Get them dog, I don't bark, I bite, pit bull, drip, sauce and get you wet all night. Keep praying night, all the spray in the night. All right. That's how I like to get hype. Y'all still listen to music? You hear it, Fred? I'm living filthy.
Was born in the sin, and I'm still sinning. Just spilling my guts here.
And hoping you hear me.
Yeah.
We got to go get him. This is God's man on deck, Pastor Fred.
Was born in the sin, and I'm still sinning.
Just spilling my guts here, and hoping you hear me.
Yeah. Say I'm just hoping you hear me.
Don't let my prayers go to waste. Don't let my prayers go to waste.
Please, I might not walk too straight, but I'm keeping the faith, and I'm still your son, God.
At the end of the day, don't let my prayers go to waste. Play with these bars you want them. Please.
Like Father, forgive me. I'm living filthy, born in the sin, niggas still sinning.
Oh yeah. All right. So listen. Y'all always know that's how I like to warm up. This is Pastor Fred, God's man on deck. It's been a long day, but it's been a good day. It's always a good day when you're able to hang out with family. You know, it's always a good day when you're able to do something positive. That's when it's always a good day. So, you know, if y'all looked up in the caption I have, what you say, Damien? I see Damien need a space to spit between. Nah, I do 12s. I do a 16 here and there. Yeah, but I got something coming for y'all. I guarantee you won't play with these balls, though. For sure. I don't care, young or old. We doing it like that. But we had a good day today. Today was a great day. And I was at the barbershop. And when you're at the barbershop, that's kind of what sparked this whole conversation. And it sparked the whole conversation that I'm getting ready to go into. Because I think a lot of women want to be wives or are wives, but they're with a man that doesn't want to be a husband. I'm going to say that again. I think that a lot of women now have to reevaluate relationship and how and what they want to get out of the relationship. I got to say this right, because I'm seeing it. I'm seeing now. When I was with the young man, he was talking today, and a lot of times I'm gonna just sit back and I sit back and I just listen to people. I sit back and I listen to conversation. In the barber, if you listen long enough, people will tell you who they is. I'm trying to tell you. So the barber begins to talk about, he was talking about Christmas. It was 3 barbers in there. One of the barbers say, well, hey man, what you going to get your significant other for? It wasn't his wife. It was, he didn't even say fiance. What are you going to get her for Christmas? And he kind of just made a kind of brash comment, that, look, I'm going to just go get her such and such. And, that's what it's going to be. And I kind of waited, because after that, he was talking to the other barber and he was trying to convince the other barber that he should follow the same format. Like, they should be really just appreciative of whatever they get. So I'm just listening to these. And they younger guys. But now the guy he was talking to is in a serious relationship, right? So then the other guy, he said, yeah, the barbershop get real, Trav. So so he says it to this other barber. Now the other young guy, this guy's married that he's saying this to. He's telling this man that she should be satisfied with whatever she receives. And I sat there and I listened. I let him talk for a while, because I want to help people. I like to help, especially I like to help men. Now, don't take this the wrong way, anybody, but I especially like to help black men, because we got to get our house right. So when he said it, I'm like, oh my God, here go another one. So he was like, man, when he said it the third time, I said, well, listen, I said, I really don't think that you, no, that's not the first thing I said. I said, well, are you married? He said, no, I'm not married. He said, I got a girlfriend. I say, oh, that's why. He was like, what do you mean? Oh, that's why. I say, oh, because if you was married, you'll have to change some of that, what's going on with you. I say, if you decide to get married, you can't have that type of mentality. I say, because first thing about it is, if you have somebody significant, and y'all brothers hear me, if you have a woman that's significant in your life, you don't talk in an open space where other people are in a way that doesn't make it seem like she really matters. So I said, so let me, he said, no, that ain't what I meant. I was saying that to him. I said, no. I said, I wasn't listening to what they said. I said, I'm going off of what you said. I said, you said that she should take whatever you give her, she should take. And before I want to go any further, I want to acknowledge the most beautiful and amazing woman in the world, my wife, Jamila Gooden. And the reason why I am even here right now, she pushed me, I'm telling you. But if you have somebody that is amazing, then you shouldn't be talking about them in the confines of other men. Let me show you what he did. Because once he did that, I was like, dang, how much does he really care about her? And I'm going to get to this subject. Y'all got to hear this, because I know a lot of women. I know that a lot of the women I know you want to be married. And there's nothing wrong with wanting to be married. The question is, the one that you're pursuing or the one that's pursuing you, do they want to be a husband? I know you want to be a wife, but you got to make sure that a man wants to be a husband. Because some relationships are not working right now because they got into a relationship with a person that does not want to be a husband. They want to be a boyfriend. Back to the barber. The barber said, whatever I give her, watch this right here. It goes a little further. So I said, well, if you get married, I said, well, you're going to have to change some of that. I said, your attitude going to have to change. I said, well, even the way that you just kind of put her out there. He said, what do you mean? I said, well, if she walked in the door, I said, if she walked in this barbershop right now, how would these barbers feel about your lady being that you just said that like that? I'm like, how would these guys feel about, how would they look at your significant other by you just saying that, you know, she going to take whatever I give her? Like, what she says doesn't matter. Or what she feels. More importantly, what she feels doesn't matter. Listen. If you listen long enough, they'll tell it. He goes on with the other barbers and say, well, she never said what she wanted for Christmas. I said to them, they're always talking. Are you listening? I said, every time, I say, I don't care. I say, now you can say that they didn't say anything specific to you. I said, but if you are a man that is in, watch this, if you are a man that is wanting to be a husband or is in something that is significant, she is always speaking and saying something to let you know what she wants. Well, he said, well, I want to just get together. He said, well, what if, you know, they always happy about money. I say, money says that there's no thought behind what you're doing. Money says, I ain't going to put no work behind it. Money says this is really easy. Money does not display, I want to say this right. Money does not display love or being in love, because money is good when it answers those things. But when you're talking about something that is specific, I want my wife to know that this is something that comes from me, not about the price tag. It's about the thought. And the mere mention of this guy saying that whatever I give her, she just gonna take it. That ain't it. I'm listening to her. And the reason why I'm dealing with this subject right now, y'all brothers, y'all women, put some of these, y'all put some of y'all brothers, put y'all brothers in there. Let them hear this. They need to hear this. They need to hear this. Cause somebody finna mess up real bad. They finna mess up real bad. So I'm on and I'm listening to these young guys because it's my job. It's my job to, you know, to enlighten the brothers. It's my job. I think it's the job of any brother that have been enlightened to enlighten his brothers. I think that's the job. So I'm listening to him, and he goes on to say, he says, well, she already know that I don't really celebrate holidays like that. No way. That's what he said. I say, yeah, she know I don't celebrate holidays like that. But I say, listen, I say, this is the thing about it. I say, when the two become together, I say, when the two come together, the two become one. I say, when the two become one, it's no longer, I say, there's two ways or two different distinct personalities coming together to make one. I say, so when the one come together, it's no longer about what your way was. It's no longer about what you celebrated or what you didn't celebrate. It is now about what she wants more than what you want. So this is what I told him, because he thought he really think he got this girl on lock. Yes, he do. He think he got her on the lock. And I was like, brother, I say, you really think you got her, don't you? I said, let me tell you what you got. I say, what you got is a woman that loves you, that may be in love with you. I say, but she gonna catch you first. And I say, after she catch you and marry you, I say, some things gonna change about her. He got quiet. Because see, what he don't understand is, right now she sees something good, but she see that this Negro needs some work. And she thinks she has what it takes to change him and to become the man he's supposed to be. I don't know if she can, especially if he's still in his mentality saying everything gonna go my way, and as long as everything going my way, it's gonna be all right, because that's basically what he's saying. And when I'm telling him, son, if you If you're calling this somebody that you want to be with, then what if she wants to celebrate holidays? What, you ain't gonna celebrate no holidays now? What if you love somebody, you begin to change and you give up yourself so that they can be happy more than, especially a man. A man should always give himself more so that he can become and help that woman to be the happy woman she needs to be. I can tell him, I was getting ready to tell him off the bat, you finna have some problems because you already think that you really got this woman down packed and down locked. And what she's saying is, okay, he don't want to celebrate no holidays. You know what? I ain't gonna really push it right now because he don't celebrate holidays right now. Oh, he don't like this right now. I ain't gonna push it because he don't. And now I'll say this to the ladies. Sometimes that's a mistake. Sometimes you try to conform quickly to a brother. I wish my wife was here. We probably did a double up on this one. Sometimes a wife tries to conform, or a woman tries to conform to a brother thinking that that brother is going to change, and he's not going to change. He's just going to get worse. Because you didn't make yourself clear at the door. The one thing that you have to do in all things, if you got to make yourself clear at the door, let somebody know Pastor Fred is on. This is God's man on deck. I need you to know this. I need you to know this. Because a change has to happen. I got these 3 brothers in here. And can I say something to y'all brothers? Please don't take, if you're a married man, why would you take advice from a single man? You got this single dude up here saying, I don't know, I'm going to just go buy a little perfume. I'm going to drop a little money in the card, and that's going to be that if she don't like it. And the married dude almost amened it. He almost amened that mess. And he almost amened that mess because it was a friend. I want to tell some of you brothers, you got to watch some of these people that have not been successful in relationships and marriages, and now they're trying to give advice. I interceded and got in their business. There go my baby.
Hold on, I had to turn over your pork chops. You said you wanted me to come in here for something. What
you ain't had to cook nothing, baby.
No, that's what you wanted.
I didn't want you to cook nothing.
But that's what you wanted.
Okay, I was just saying that some women think that they can wait, that they can catch a man, and I want to hear what you got to say about this, show.
Okay.
Can catch a man first and then leave themselves out of it, giving this example. So this young man says that because he don't like holidays, she don't really celebrate holidays no more. Mm-hmm. He don't like birthdays, she don't really celebrate birthdays no more. So what she done is she pulled back all the stuff just so she can grab hold of them. And what I'm saying, I don't think that's a good idea. What you think, baby?
No. So she conformed to suit him. And I think when a woman conforms to something to suit the individual, it shows his selfishness. Because why would he allow her to take away from something she enjoyed because he refuses to spend money or put a smile on her face? So I think he's wrong, but I think she's wrong too. Love is sacrifice. That's not a sacrifice, that's selfish. The same way he got her is the same way he got to keep her. But I think it comes to a level where some people become very desperate that if he doesn't celebrate it, then I'll give up something, not out of selfishness, just so he won't go nowhere.
That's right.
And so it becomes a level of not understanding your value. Because value in a person is worth something. He's got to love her enough to pay it. So if he loves her, or if he respects her, or values what puts a smile on her face, then he'll invest in her smile.
I didn't say that so eloquently, but that's just what I said. If a man loves a woman, even if he says, by example, because I ain't trying to tear up nobody's house, I don't celebrate holidays. I don't celebrate birthdays. If a man loves a woman, he'll watch this. he's not conforming. He's sacrificing what he feels as some type of belief to make sure that the woman that is significant in his life is happy. We sacrifice for happy.
Yeah.
And this is the subject. This is what I'm saying to some of you ladies. I'm saying to some of you men. The subject title is for you both. Some women want to be wives, but you're with somebody that does not want to be a husband. I sincerely believe that a lot of men that are married and that are husbands on paper do not know how to be husbands because they don't know how to sacrifice themselves. They don't know how to give themselves because they have been selfish a long time in their life.
I think that's a lot. It has a lot to do with you know, when you, it's like when you want to say something in a marriage. No, baby, I'm good because I got to run downstairs and turn off your pork chops. It's funny because I think people lose themselves by being selfish. They lose themselves because they give up something that they enjoyed and they are putting it in their mind it's for a greater good, but it's not. It's like if you looked at your spouse or looked at the person you dated and you see that they're unhappy because it's something that they wanted to do and you says, no, this is not a good idea. No, I don't want to do it. I don't believe it. What you do is you become so selfish until you enable their ability to celebrate life. So if I want to celebrate life with you,
right,
then I will celebrate in your celebration for us. It's a we thing. And I think if he said, well, you ain't going back to that barbershop. The devil is a different. He's like, no, you ain't going back.
I got work to do, baby. That's what I do.
No, I understand.
They not influencing me. I'm the influence.
I understand that. But listen here. I will burn that sucker down.
You talking about you ain't going back to that barbershop. I got to help these young men. I got to help them, baby.
Well, they should have had somebody else to help them. They ain't going to pull on you. Probably think you like you was crazy. But honestly speaking, I have a cousin. And my cousin used to break up with girls before the holidays.
Wow. Say that again, baby.
My cousin, who's single, he used to break up with girls before the holidays. So Valentine's Day, he would break up with you. Before Christmas, before any major holiday, he would get rid of you. Because he was selfish. He says, I'm not spending no money. If you get someone to invest, it's not about the
Trav, you said, you used to do that, Trav?
Travis must have did that. A hit dog, a holler every time. If you, it's not about the money. It's about the value in the person. It's not about the money. It's about the value. If he appreciated this woman, I don't care if he had to go make one of them macaroni. Remember the macaroni cards you used to make and
I'll make you a card.
Thank you. I just went downstairs and put the flowers you gave me in a vase. And it's not about the money. It's about valuing.
It's about the thought.
It's about the thought. It's about appreciation. So he just basically, and I'm going to be honest with you, he probably knew that she was desperate.
Can I say something, baby?
Yeah, this is you. I'm going downstairs.
Well, no, I want you to hear this, though.
You don't want burned pork chops.
I won't burn pork chops.
Okay.
But sometimes if and this is a good idea, sometimes the money may be like that. So that is when you really got to spend some time and thought on making sure that you get something that is special. You got to sacrifice you. Christmas time coming up. Now, this ain't the time for you to be religious. And you ain't been religious all year. This is the time now to think about like them young guys, because now he might as well just said she can go ahead on about her business, because that's how I challenged him. I said, well, it really sounded like to me you were saying that she can go on about her business. So we got to watch what we're saying. Men, again, we got to watch what we're saying. And women, you got to make sure that you're not trying to lock up and link into somebody that is not ready to be married.
You know what's so bad? I think people, and I'm going to speak from a female's perspective. I don't have this problem in my marriage. But I understand that I used to, before I got married to my husband, I understood what it is to be disappointed on holidays. And not say anything because you don't want to start a fight. So you dumb your celebration down for yourself to make someone else happy that don't care if you're happy at all or not. And so sometimes what we do, what he used to do, is people start fights on holidays. Remember that? Start a fight. People break up with you. But people snatch away your expectation. So if it's a holiday, and as a woman, it's like, oh, it's Valentine's Day. I know I'm going to get me a box of chocolate.
Something.
Oh, it's Christmas. I know he's just going to get me a card with, maybe a gift card in it to Sephora or something. Something. Because I want to show you that I appreciate you. This is something that's going to put a smile on your face. The minute she says, oh, you don't have to give me nothing. What you tell him is, I don't have to value you. I don't have to invest in your smile. And I don't care if you want to celebrate this day. My feelings are more important than you.
And most of the time, they don't mean that.
Right.
If they say you ain't got to get them nothing, boy, you better speed.
Yeah.
You better tear that car up, tear that bicycle up, whatever up. If they say that you ain't got to get them nothing, it's probably because they seeing that you look like you really don't want to do it.
Yeah.
And nobody wants anything that there's no real appreciation behind doing. Nobody don't want nothing that you don't want to give them.
Yeah.
You can hold on to that.
I'm sorry for the people that are crying on here. I hope you cry with faith. But I honestly am going to say this. When you keep showing a person that it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah.
No, you don't have to give me nothing. They be like, shoot. So you got to value yourself and say, there's an expectation here that I deserve to be appreciated.
Yeah.
I deserve those small conversations. How about this? Suppose somebody keeps giving you something that you don't want. Which means the level of understanding. I used to have a girlfriend and she hated chocolate. She hated chocolate. But every year her husband would get a chocolate.
And she should have just told him, man, she don't like chocolate.
But she kept telling him, I don't like chocolate.
Oh.
And so I said to her, then why do you keep accepting it? But I keep telling him I don't like chocolate. Watch this. He did not care enough to receive what she was saying because it was convenient for him because Godiva's was across the street. The action is overriding Godiva's and going somewhere to CVS maybe and get her something that she wanted or she could use.
He still didn't want to put no thought, no exercise, no heart
He didn't want
into
to invest.
it.
Investing in relationships is necessary. And people don't want to invest. That's what's wrong with everything today. Nobody wants to invest because people don't understand the value in individuals. But they won't understand the value if you keep dumbing yourself down cheap.
Amen.
Now can I go turn over your pork chop?
Please, baby, turn my pork chops over.
All right. I think, honestly, I remember when I was in a relationship and I didn't expect anything. I didn't expect nothing at all. But I remember one year he went to the dollar store. No, it wasn't a dollar store. It was the hair supply store. You know, the beauty supply store. And he went to the beauty supply store and he got me a shirt. And he got me a shirt and he was so proud of the shirt he got from the beauty supply store. Now watch this. We didn't say that it had to cost anything, right?
Right.
But in that same month, I celebrated something important and I invested in something. But he showed me what I was worth. It's not the dollar sign. It's the value behind the thought process and what you believe they are to you. So some of you have to, instead of putting a big dollar sign behind it, you can put a thought process and say, she likes cupcakes.
Yeah.
I'm going to do the cupcakes. It doesn't have to be big. It just has to have some value.
It has to have a meaning.
Right. Exactly.
It needs meaning.
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 In order for it to have meaning, it means that you've got to think enough of the person to recognize what they desire.
Right. You're saying, because this is what they were saying. Well, and all three of them said the same thing. Well, she ain't told me what she want. Mm-hmm. Now, these men, they're probably in their late 20s, early 30s. Mm-hmm. And I need y'all men to hear this. A woman is always telling you what they want. Mm-hmm. Even when you don't think they're saying anything. They're always saying what they want. Problem is, are you listening?
Love her enough to listen.
I like that.
Love her enough to listen. Love each other
Love her enough to listen.
Yeah, love each other enough to listen. Like, I don't eat pork chops. I don't eat pork chops.
She don't eat pork chops.
But I heard my husband say he would like a pork chop sandwich. So because I value him and there's a desire for him as my husband, guess who downstairs in her robe making pork chops? Because I heard him when not that he requested, but I desired to make him happy. So I went to the store.
Yep.
And I think people don't have the value anymore. They've lost it because of selfishness. But I think women have to understand the value within themselves. Because once you just understand the value in yourself, you won't let nobody sell you cheap.
All right.
Bye.
So listen, this is the question. Do you want to be a husband? Ask yourself that. Now, we know we have women in here and there. We have women on here and they're logging on, and we thank God for everybody that tunes in. Do you want to be a husband? Ask yourself that question. Now, if the answer is yes, that you want to be a husband, it means that now you must take more time to be thoughtful and to think out not just what you say in the midst of your wife. What do you say on the outside of her? I heard what I heard. If that had been my daughter, let's just say that the guy that was talking about, whatever she gets, she better be satisfied. If that was my daughter that he was talking about, I think I'd be offended. I think I'd be offended because the first thing I would say to myself is, man, this dude really don't care about my daughter. If I heard him say, well, it's whatever, I wouldn't really think that he cared about my daughter. And this is the thing. It's the conversation that you have on the outside of this. It's the conversation. The way you feel about your woman is when you around your boys and you talk about it, that's the real way you feel about her. Ooh, ain't nobody saying that right now. The way that you really feel about her is when you with your boys and you round the camp where you can be 100. That's how you really feel about her. So whatever come out in those moments is really how you feel about her, because you really don't put thought into what you're saying. You just start running your mouth. And this says to me, and this is why I want to tell a lot of you men, man, please stop taking advice from people, man, that I can tell he been in bad relationship after bad relationship. Some men, and ladies, I know you don't want to hear this. Some men don't want to be husbands. If you're with somebody and they keep telling you that they don't want to be married, they're not ready to be married, listen, please, listen to them and seriously consider that this might be the wrong one. You can't make no man change. And what I heard from him was he had a woman that was compromising everything that she loved and liked just so she could get him to one day propose to her and her dream come true about saying yes. And what I want to tell some of you ladies is that's not the path. And what I want to tell some of you brothers is, hey, man, if you don't want to be married and you're being honest about it and they're not listening, you got to find a way at least so that two people are not wasting time and trying to make something work that is not going to work. It is funny, and well, it's not funny, that sometimes, that I've seen it so many times, a person will stay with somebody for years and not marry them. Listen to me good. And then leave right out of that relationship and get married to somebody else. They will be with the person for years. The person that they've been with for years will trying to push and get it to work. And even in some conversations telling people that's my husband. And one day it breaks up, and that person leaves right out of a relationship and go marry somebody else, and they ain't even with them long. It's just the truth. So I say to you ladies, it's a short one before I get out of here. I say to some of you ladies, you might want to be a wife, but if you with a man and he don't want to be a husband, in all cases, you ain't going to be able to change that. And in most cases, you ain't going to be able to change that. If a man does not want to be a husband, let me tell you something. He may even marry you, put the ring on your finger. Y'all might cop the house and the whip. Yeah, y'all might get it all. But if he doesn't want to be a husband, he is still going to act out his same adolescent behavior with the ring on and with everything done. All right. This is Pastor Fred, God's man on deck. And I'm here to tell you, for some of y'all brothers that love y'all wives, amen, thank you. And what I need for you to do is not only in the midst of you loving her, talk to some of these young brothers and tell them and give them good advice. I want you to do something for her that had not been done. I want you to think outside the box. I want you to make her know without a shadow of a doubt that you love her from the deeper parts of yourself. All right? Talk to some of these young men out there. We got a lot of work to do to bring our community back together. Whether you know it or not, the black community has to come back together, and the only way it's going to come back together is to bring the family unit back together. That means the black father, the black mama, and come on, with black children. Now, I'm not saying that because I'm against white people or Puerto Rican. I am not against nobody. It is time for our community to stand up and be what God has proposed our community to be. All right? So I'm getting ready to go. I love you. Until we see you again, we'll be back with coupling. Got my pork chop sandwich right there. See that? Thank you, baby. All right. Time for me to eat. I love y'all. Bye.